Hi, my love. Rosie with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be your Layers of You reading. So the Layers of You, we tap into 5 areas of yourself. This reading is completely customizable. So my client actually has specific questions for certain parts. And it looks like instead of doing the future forecast, we're going to be doing the spirit guides. Or the family. We're adding something different. Spirit guides is spiritual. So we're adding family instead of the future forecast. Okay, so we're going to start with your energy. Your question for that one is, where am I at and where should I be in my life? So we're going to kind of see the energy of, oops, I just lost my cards. We're going to see the energy of where you're at and where you should be. Hopefully I don't drop any more cards. Okay. I just had a big old coffee, so I'm kind of like hyper right now. Oh yeah, let me cleanse the table. The previous reading. Where you're at and where you should be. We have the Hanged Man. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to kind of like answer that in this form. So where you're at, where you should be, okay? So the Hangman energy is telling me right now your current energy is you're stagnant, okay? You're real stagnant right now, but I feel like it's necessary. I feel like the Hangman card popping up is telling you that you may want to move, you may want action to happen and, you know, to start doing things, going places, experiencing stuff. But Hangman is actually asking you to hang tight, okay? Stay in the moment. Stay in the present moment, but also observe. See what's going on around you and really ask yourself in that moment, are you truly happy with where you're at in life? You know, what direction do you want to head towards and have a plan, okay? And so usually I'm giving my clients the advice of being more spontaneous. But I feel like for your energy, you're being asked to like literally slow it down and to refocus and to have a plan, okay? So what I'm seeing with that is we have the Whale card. This is breach. So to me, like where you're at right now is really asking for attention, basically. I kind of see like the whale breaching as like he's throwing himself out of the water. Like, I want to see what else is out there. You know, I want to explore outside of the water, right? But I'm also asking for attention. Everyone look at me. Look at what I'm doing at. Like watch me. Where you should be is the focus card with the crystals, really honing in on what you truly want and desire. So I see you desire experience. I see you desire excitement, you know, newness, maybe a change of environment. But what you're being called to do is really look inward and focus on the details. Have a plan, okay? That's matched with the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords energy is really impulsive and wanting to be impulsive. That's where you're at right now. You're antsy. You want to see action take place. Where you should be headed is the Seven of Swords. What should you be leaving behind? What is no longer serving you? What can you bring with you that you want to bring with you, but what do you also need to let go of? To me, this is like a card of like being honest with yourself. To me, sometimes the Seven of Swords can be problematic because this could also be a card of like somebody who's, you know, manipulating others. And so what I feel like it's kind of like be honest with you, right? Be honest with what your true intentions are, what you truly want out of your future. That kind of thing, and leave other stuff behind. So I really feel like right now with your energy, you're at a place right now where you need to take inventory, okay? This is taking inventory on what's truly important to you in life. This is people, objects, things, goals, ideas, like literally inventory of everything, the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual. And then taking action according to that. So we have power, okay? We have power right now in the present, and what you should be looking towards is the dreams. What do you want to have manifest and have happen in the future? Your dreams. What are your goals? What are your ambitions? What makes you feel full of life, right? And then the power right now in the present is control to me. Okay, so you like to have the control over your life. You want to have control over everything. But in the future, it's kind of like letting go of stuff that doesn't serve you anymore, people that don't serve you anymore, and really, you know, latching on to those dreams, those things that you've been wanting to have for quite some time, but maybe you've been unable to embrace that, you know, because you've had so many different interruptions, and some are amazing interruptions that you've been going through in life. But I feel like it's like one obstacle after the next, after the next, after the next. And next thing you know, it's like 2 or 3 years have passed by and you haven't really been able to do much. And that's where you're at right now, that stagnant energy. So you're anxious to get moving and get rolling and get your life going again. But you're also being called to take a step and breathe and focus. Okay? So really interesting how that came up for you. Because I feel like usually initially the message that I'm giving my clients is very different from that. But for you, I feel like you need to take a breather. Like you need to allow life to unfold as it's meant to, but you can't rush it, okay? So the next thing we're going to talk about is we have the love life. That you feel there's interruptions by outside people, okay? I won't go into detail about that for the sake of your confidentiality. But there's outside interruptions, and you want to know how that is. What does that say for you? What does that say for your relationship? Okay, so we're gonna look into the energy of that whole question. Woo! Okay. So for the sake of the question, I'm going to pull this. So this is your energy of your relationship. But I'm going to pull another tarot deck out and pull on the outsiders. Okay? Because I need to kind of get 2 different perspectives here, but I don't want to I want to make sure I'm using a full-blown new tarot deck. Oh shit. So sorry. I had that feeling that card was going to come out. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay. Oh shit. Usually, wow. Okay. So this is your relationship, the energy of your relationship. This is the outsiders, okay? This is their intentions on that. Whew. Okay. Let's dive in. All right. So right now what I'm seeing with the relationship, you guys have the King of Swords, okay? Your relationship is taking on a lot of mental stress. The King of Swords matched with the 9 of Swords, okay? It's a lot of mental conflicts that the 2 of you are going through. This is the communication blocks, and the communication is causing mental conflicts. It's causing doubts, stresses, unnecessary stresses, like lack of sleep. It's communication. Like I said, there's lack of communication, or there is tampering of integrity, which means what I'm trying to say is you or your significant other doesn't know who to believe, okay? And it's causing a rift with the 2 of you. What I'm seeing with the Fool card energy is, so this is like what you guys are dealing with. This is the present. It's a lot of fucking stresses with that 9 of Swords. But what I'm seeing is the outlet card here, the need to break free from that, okay? So I'm kind of, that's how I'm seeing the Fool card. The Fool is, I'm out, bye. You know, I'm out, right? I'm not telling you that this relationship needs to be over, but I am saying that there needs to be some kind of a break out. The two of you together, but there needs to be a detachment. Now, this doesn't have to just be a physical I'm out kind of a card. Like, that doesn't mean that you maybe the two of you don't have to physically move out or move away, although that would be ideal. But there needs to be literally cutting of the cords and a new definition of respect that is asked upon these outside people. Because what I'm seeing is, like, with these outside people is there's a lot of nosiness, a lot of wanting to know the dirty stuff, right? There's a lot of, so somehow in this past, I feel somebody, and it could have been your significant other, since we're, technically it's their family, where the dirty laundry was aired out and everybody was kind of made aware of it, right? That's how I'm seeing that. And I'm just kind of seeing like this Fool card energy as everyone's just wants a business. Everyone wants a piece of the cake. Everyone wants to know what's going on. And once you already have a perception of someone's relationship with the dirty laundry, it's hard to see it without it, okay? And that's kind of how I'm seeing that. Is like these outside people are just, everyone wants their nose in the business, and it has nothing to do with them. The Four of Swords that I'm seeing in the future tense is kind of telling me eventually this will die out, but there needs to be moving on, cutting the cords. When you can do that and you guys can distance yourself from it, you'll see that die out, but you guys are going to have to make the move, right? There needs to be literally getting away from that, like, without a doubt. The two of you need to get out of that scenario. There's no excuse for that. People on the outside, they can talk all they want, and they probably will still talk all they want, but there needs to be cutting of those cords, right? There needs to be an establishment of respect, because it's not there right now. The spiritual growth card came out for you. To me, this is like, spiritual growth could be, I just kind of see it as like prayers answered, trusting in, having faith, praying on the matter. But I also feel that spiritual growth is like the two of you have to grow together in your relationship to understand that this isn't worth it, that's not worth it. And it's not good for you either. We have send love. Of course, our angels are going to be giving us like, send them love, like send love to the people who are causing this damage, right? As much as we want to be hateful and hurtful and, wrathful, they're saying to send love. So as much as you want to, have an opinion on that, sending love might be the better option, right? Killing them with kindness, that kind of thing. We have reflection, and we also have harmony, okay? So reflecting on the matter, taking action to get yourself out of that point, and then the harmony card can reveal perhaps the outcome of this. Harmony and the Four of Swords, right? You're finally silencing the outsiders by simply literally moving yourself away from it, so they have no say-so. They don't need to know anymore of what's going on deep down inside, right? Stop allowing the outside people to know what's going on the inside. They have no right to know, like literally. Family is family, but when it comes to your relationship with your lover is between you and your lover, not you, your lover, and everyone else. And that's the way it should always be, okay? So I do feel like this is a mutual thing, okay? That you and your lover both need to be on the same page with. And cutting those ties together, because it cannot be one-sided. Because if it's one-sided, you're always going to be working overtime, right? To get the other person to be on board. So it needs to be a mutual thing. And if your lover is not ready for that, or they refuse to see it as an issue, and you see it clearly as an issue, then you have to act accordingly to that. It's an uphill battle we're seeing with the Ten of Wands, but the star is saying that there is still hope, okay? That there's still hope that the two of you can move on from this dynamic. And then the Three of Wands, again, seeing what else is out there, okay? Does this reveal moving on, literally moving, relocating yourselves away from this family dynamic? Is it mentally blocking yourselves from this family dynamic? Or is this card for you personally? Is it guiding you to split from the lover? I don't want to be here to tell you what to do. I'm throwing these scenarios out there for you because deep in your heart, you're going to be watching this reading and your intuition is going to tell you, oh my God, this, right? Or, no, I don't think that fits. No, that's not really what I was feeling. I think it means this, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not here to tell you, yes, you have to do this, blah, blah, blah. I'm literally showing you this is what the cards are saying. And this is what my intuition is saying. But they're, without a doubt, whether you are skipping out on the relationship or you are skipping out on the people, the outside people that were mentioned, there needs to be a separation with that, okay? No more allowing them on your inner circle. Absolutely not. Because that's not the way to be. That's not the way to be. And by the way, your fear card or your shadow card came up as the 8 of Wands, the fear of action, the fear of taking that leap. So you know what you need to do, okay? I'm going to leave it at that. You know what you need to do, but I'm seeing a fear of taking action and doing it. So that's a question you have to ask yourself. Why am I afraid of that? Why am I afraid of taking action? And you'll have your answer, and then it's like, then you start weighing everything out. What is most important, and what do you deserve in this situation? Okay. Let's talk about the family, not the family we were just reading about. This is your family. What do you want to do your best so that you can? Okay, I'm not going to read that out loud. You know what you asked about the family situation, okay? Let's pull the energy of that. Aww. Strength, Death, 6 of Pentacles. Now, with the Death card coming up, I'm just gonna ask because I don't want to like pry and whatnot, but if the Death card is revealing that there was a passing in the family and it caused you to have to really step up, that's being acknowledged in the reading, okay? The other thing I'm seeing is that the Strength card answers your question, okay? You've done everything that you can. You are doing everything that you can, and you're a strong pillar in the family dynamic, okay? Very much so. In fact, I feel like you are so strong that you've delayed your own transformations because you're always there for the family. That's how I'm seeing that too. Because I see that Death card is almost like the transformations are there, but you've had to put a lot of your dreams on hold for the sake of family. And it's become second nature to you. Like you're so used to it now, right? You feel like it's a responsibility that you have to fulfill. We also have the 6 of Pentacles, which is that giving and receiving, which is what I'm feeling like you're always giving to the family, giving that strength that you are, but it's caused you to delay transformation for yourself, okay? I also see this as perhaps maybe this is a financial exchange, so maybe you are financially supporting family, okay? Or you're helping, pay a bill here and there, or you're just a big pillar. You're a big pillar in this family dynamic. And I feel like, yes, they do acknowledge it and they do see it, okay? They realize that. But I also feel like there comes a time for you to realize, am I fulfilling my purpose in life? Am I happy? And those are questions that I feel like they're already starting to come up for you. And that might be one of the reasons why you got a reading, because you kind of you were hoping for that validation. Like that's what my intuition's telling me. And it's kind of like it's hard for you to not be there for your family or to stop being there for them as much because you were so used to doing that all the time, but you're also feeling that call that you need to start putting in more for yourself. Okay. We got ancestors, generations coming up for you. So I do feel like it's ingrained in your blood to be family oriented, right? It's ingrained in your blood. Your ancestor line is very strong. You have a lot of ancestors on the other side. Like I said, I feel like this death card also reveals that there was like some big passing in your family dynamic, your circle, which caused you to feel like you needed to step up the way that you did. Okay. I get chills right now as I'm saying that. So I just feel like there is a presence around you. And I do feel like they want to give you that acknowledgement that you are, they see you doing everything that you can, but there's also a need for you to start to give back to yourself. Okay. Woo! I'm just feeling that real strong right now. Okay, we have the rainbow card. We have blessings. I love it. Oh my God. So usually like the mediumship stuff doesn't come strong, but I really feel this hard for you. I feel like crying right now. I'm not going to cry. I feel like the rainbow blessings card is almost like saying they're revealing this is spirit on the other side for you. And I feel like they're giving you this rainbow as a sign. I feel like they're giving you this rainbow as a sign, as saying it's okay for you to do what you need to do. It's almost like they're giving you a yes. Okay? Wow. Wow. That's beautiful. I hope that speaks to your heart. And then lastly, we have rebirth. We have the spring equinox rebirth. The rebirth of your soul, rebirth of you, another baby. Okay? That was part of the question there, because the rabbits are fertility. Rabbits are fertility, my love. Spring equinox, I mean, I'm not saying this spring you may be getting pregnant, but that's there, right? Or it could be, a couple years from now in a spring equinox, you'll fucking find out you're pregnant. Like, I mean, I'm just saying it's there. I also feel like this is an answer from your past, like your past loved ones, someone on the other side, whether this is an ancestor deeper in your lineage, or this is a recent past loved one. But it's almost like they're giving you the answer that people may be telling you no more babies, but there's still one more to come. I'm just going to say it like that. I'm just going to leave it like that because, that's what I feel. And I'm just going to give it, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it because that's how I feel. And I'm just leaving it like that. Woo! What a reading. Oh my God. That's sometimes like, spirit doesn't always come through. Spirit doesn't always come through, but when they do, you feel it. Or I feel it. Okay, so I pulled the stay card and I pulled you are loved. What does this stay card mean for you? I feel like that's a literal sign. You'll know what it means when you see it. Stay. Staying home, staying where you're at. What does it mean to you? I feel like I can't interpret that. I feel like that is meant for you to interpret yourself. And then obviously you are loved. You're being told you're loved. You're being reminded of it. You are loved. You are valued. Okay? You may not feel it right now because maybe you feel like you're putting so much of your stuff in your effort, yourself, your life on hold for others. But they do see it. They do acknowledge it. And I feel like eventually they're going to give back. We have power. So as I'm saying that, we pull power. So I do feel like eventually you're going to be reinstilled with that power, that courage, that wisdom to move on and be a rock to hold everything else up, right? So to answer your question, yes, they acknowledge it. Yes, you are doing the best you can. And to answer that with the baby thing, that came up. That came up. So I'm just going to say you have their blessing. Someone on the other side is giving you their blessing. Maybe people here in reality, like in real life, maybe they're not giving you their blessing for another child. But I feel like on the other side, they're saying there's another one. There's one more. There's one more you're going to have. You just got to be patient for it. Okay. Wow. All right. Woo! Let me cleanse this. I just feel so like tingly right now because that's just, I don't know. That's just how I get when I connect. Okay. Let's talk about the career. So your career path, you love writing, but you've lost your mojo and you feel defeated with that dream. I feel like the writing, everything is like, it's not that you lost it. It's just that it's been, well, I guess in a sense you did lose it, but it's just it's more like it's buried underneath so many layers of other things. You've had so many disruptions in your life so far that it's been really hard for you to kind of get a handle on all of that. So funny, I pulled the study card, spiritual growth, study, and new love. So I feel like what Spirit is kind of revealing to you is that spiritual growth is a part of your purpose, okay? Study, finding that love, because we have the new love. This might say a new love for the career path, or a new love for your writing career, or a new love in general for something, some new passion that may be coming to you soon, you know? Maybe it'll start happening once you get more in tune spiritually. You never know. Like, that's what that could mean too. But what I'm seeing is like with the study, like when you have a passion and you're studying and you're just like so invested into it, it's going to happen again for you. I don't know if it'll be the writing so much, because that new love is kind of making me feel like there's going to be some new interest that you're going to have. But I feel like the writing, whether it becomes a financial supporter for you or it's just a hobby, that will always be a part of you. Like, I don't think you're ever going to be able to shake that. Okay. We have the 8 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, new love. There's that new love again. And then we have the Devil. So the Devil can be, you need to cut the ties. You need to release yourself from the stronghold, the chains that Devil has on you. Those are the little distractions. These are the complications that are causing you to feel disconnected to your career, or disconnected to your path of what you love. The 8 of Wands and the Ace of Wands is saying you need to reignite that flame, that passion for what you like to do. And the 8 of Wands is saying go forward with it. So you're being guided to start diving into it, but you got to be facing those demons too. Cutting those ties, cutting the chains, and allowing yourself to just take a hold of it. You don't know what to write, just start writing, you know. Do some automatic writing, you know. Start journaling. Just anything to get you going. And then eventually that spark of inspiration, I feel, will happen, okay? We have Archangel Michael coming up. Archangel Michael is like a protector, okay? But maybe he's popping up for another reason too for you. But to me, he's more of a protector energy. And so when it comes to like your path, your career path, your writing, maybe this Archangel Michael is saying to fight for it, right? Because he's a fighter, but also to protect it, to nurture it, to love it, to give it passion. Because we have that fire coming through the flame, the sword. I don't really see anything else that's sticking out to me for the career, for that question. I think the study card is just kind of saying you have to be invested in it. You got to be in it if you really want something to happen. You have to take action, be proactive with it. Okay? Okay. And then lastly, we have spirit guide. So the question that you have for spirit guide, you don't know how to build strong connections with them. I feel like you'll build your strong connections with your guides through writing, like literally. Why don't you try that, you know? try the automatic writing to connect with your guides. Ask them to speak to you through the pen, you know, and just start writing whatever's on your mind. And next thing you know, you're just going to be coming out with all this stuff. So I feel like you need to connect with them through the pen and paper. We also have the 9 of Cups, we have the 4 of Cups, and we have the 8 of Swords. So when it comes to connecting with your guides, you're too much in your head, which is why I feel like the pen and paper might be better for you. That they're there, that they're supporting you already. They're around you. That 9 of Cups makes me feel like they're around you, but it's you who's not willing to see the messages and receive that 4 of Cups. And then that 8 of Swords is like you're so locked into your mind. It's almost like you're looking more for physical signs and less of like the spiritual, but they don't always work that way, you know. Some people's guides will give physicals, but I feel like for you it doesn't work that way. And so you're looking too hard into it and you're too locked into your mindset about it. And I really feel like maybe the pen and paper will be a good thing. So we have love and we have summer solstice radiance, love and compassion. So when it comes to connecting with your guides this summer solstice, because we're literally in the summer, start now, okay? Have that love and compassion. Start building that emotional relationship with your guides. Start talking to them, you know? When you're driving, ask them to reveal to you a sign. Say hello. Start connecting. Like once you start acknowledging that they're there, they're going to start showing you that they're around, and then you're going to start seeing synchronistic messages. But I feel like for you, get a piece of paper and pen, have a spirit guide journal, like just designate a diary or a journal specifically for your automatic writing, and start writing and see what they have to say. We have power, celebration, and romance. So I feel like those cards fell out. So I feel like what they're saying is like there's power, there's strength within you to connect with us, but you have to be willing to do so. Celebration is the, you know, celebrating, being able to connect. It'll be a big footing for you, a big step. And then we have the romance, which is they love you, they have compassion for you. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of connecting with them. Don't be afraid of what they might say to you, right? But I feel like for you, the best advice would be to connect with pen and paper. So I challenge you to have an automatic writing session with your guides. Pull some cards on it. Light a candle, you know. Designate a certain 5-10 minutes to writing in your diary and see what comes through. Okay? All right, my love, this concludes your Layers of You reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you. If you have any questions about your reading, please send me an email. And anyone who's watching, this is the Layers of You. You can book this reading with me by clicking the link in my bio. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, my loves.